There may be someone in your family you have not spoken to, and you tell yourself the distance only exists between you and them, that it is personal, that it is contained, that it does not affect anything beyond this world. But what if that distance did not stop there? What if every day you chose pride over reconciliation? Something inside your heart moved further away from Allah? What if the relationship you neglected on earth is already written in your record in the heavens? Because Allah is not only watching how you worship Him, He is watching how you treat the people He personally placed in your life. And tonight, Ramadan is not just asking whether you are fasting. Ramadan is exposing whether your heart is still capable of mercy or still controlled by ego. And what you choose next may matter more than you realize. At this very moment, there are people connected to your blood who know a version of you that the world has never seen. Not the version that smiles in public. Not the version that lowers its voice when speaking to strangers. Not the version that carefully protects its image in front of people. But the version of you that appears when you are exhausted, when your patience is thin, when something small irritates you, when you feel emotionally drained, and there is no audience to impress. And Ramadan is exposing that version now. Because fasting does not just remove food from your body, it removes comfort from your ego. It removes the emotional shields you normally hide behind. During the rest of the year, when you feel overwhelmed, you escape into distractions. You scroll, you eat, you laugh, you numb yourself, you delay facing yourself. But Ramadan interrupts those escapes. It slows you down. It leaves you alone with your reactions. And this is when your true character begins to surface, especially with your family, because your relatives see the moments no one else sees. They see how you react when things do not go your way. They see whether your fasting makes you softer or harsher. They see whether your worship makes you more patient or more distant. And this is where the real test exists. Because Allah is not only looking at how long you stand in prayer at night, He is looking at how you stand in patience during the day. He is looking at whether fasting is changing your heart or only changing your schedule. Because the goal of Ramadan was never hunger, it was transformation. The Prophet ﷺ told us that whoever does not leave false speech and bad character, Allah has no need for them to leave their food and drink. This means fasting was never meant to stop at your mouth. It was meant to reach your heart. It was meant to reach your character. It was meant to reach how you treat people, especially those closest to you. Because your relatives are the people you interact with most. They're the ones most affected by your character. They are the ones who feel the impact of who you truly are. And Allah sees those moments. He sees when you choose patience instead of reacting. He sees when you control your anger instead of releasing it. He sees when you remain gentle, even when your ego wants to defend itself. And these moments carry immense weight because they are moments of sincerity, moments where you choose Allah over yourself. Ramadan is not just revealing your hunger, it is revealing your discipline. It is revealing your humility. It is revealing whether your heart is truly moving closer to Allah or whether it remains attached to pride. And this exposure is a mercy because Allah is showing you yourself while you still have time to change. He is showing you the areas that need healing. He is showing you the reactions that need control. He is showing you the character that needs purification. Because Allah does not expose you to break you. He exposes you to refine you. Tonight, Allah is watching the version of you that emerges when fasting removes your distractions. And this Ramadan may be the moment where you become someone your family feels peace around, and someone Allah is pleased with. Allah personally chose these people to be part of your test. There is something deeply personal you must understand tonight. The people in your family were not placed in your life by accident. They were chosen for you, specifically, carefully, by Allah, before you ever existed in this world. Allah already knew their names. He already knew their personalities. He already knew the exact words they would say to you one day that would test your patience. He already knew the exact moments they would disappoint you. He already knew the exact moments they would need you. And He still chose them to be part of your life. This was not random. This was intentional. Because Allah does not shape souls in isolation. He shapes them through relationships. He shapes them through emotional tests. He shapes them through the people who bring out what is hidden inside you. There are parts of your character that would never be exposed without family. Your patience, your forgiveness, your humility, your mercy. These qualities are not proven when life is easy. They are proven when your ego is challenged. And your family, more than anyone else, has the ability to challenge your ego because they are close enough to reach the parts of you that strangers never see. A stranger cannot test your patience the way your family can. A stranger cannot hurt your feelings the way your family can. A stranger cannot expose your ego the way your family can. And this is why these relationships carry so much weight in the sight of Allah, because your response to them reflects your true level of sincerity. Anyone can be kind when kindness is easy. Anyone can smile when there is nothing at stake. But maintaining mercy with the people who test you, that is where sincerity lives. That is where your soul grows. That is where your rank with Allah rises. And Ramadan brings clarity to this reality, because Ramadan weakens your physical desires. It weakens the distractions that normally keep you emotionally numb. It makes you more aware of your reactions. You begin to notice how quickly your ego wants to defend itself, how quickly pride wants to protect its position, how quickly anger wants to take control. And in those moments, you are standing at a crossroads, not a crossroads between you and them, but a crossroads between you and Allah, because Allah is watching what you choose. Will you choose your ego, or will you choose Him? Will you choose pride, or will you choose humility? Will you choose distance, or will you choose mercy? Every difficult interaction with your family is an opportunity to purify your heart, an opportunity to break the control of your ego, an opportunity to prove your sincerity to Allah. Because your family is not just part of your life story, they're part of your test. A test designed specifically for you. A test designed to shape who you become. A test designed to bring you closer to Allah if you respond correctly. And understand this clearly. Allah is not testing you because He wants to see you fail. He is testing you because He wants to elevate you. He wants to see you rise above your ego. He wants to see you choose patience when anger feels justified. He wants to see you choose forgiveness when resentment feels easier. He wants to see you choose Him over yourself. Because every time you do, you become someone new, someone stronger, someone purer, someone closer to Him. And sometimes the greatest elevation of your life will not come from the worship people see. It will come from the mercy you show inside your home. It will come from the patience you show when no one is praising you. It will come from the forgiveness you offer when your ego demands distance. Tonight, Allah is watching how you respond to the people He personally placed in your life. And your response may be the reason your sins are forgiven. Your response may be the reason your heart finds peace. Your response may be the reason Allah opens doors for you that you never expected. Because the people you see as emotional burdens may actually be spiritual opportunities. And Ramadan is your chance to finally see them the way Allah intended. Your treatment of your relatives is being recorded right now, at this very moment. As you sit here breathing, living, feeling, every interaction you have with your relatives is being recorded. Not remembered by people, not stored in their minds, but recorded by Allah. Every word you say, every tone you use, every moment you choose patience, or every moment you choose harshness, nothing is escaping His knowledge. You may forget the way you spoke to your mother when you were tired. You may forget the message you ignored from your relative. You may forget the moment you allowed pride to stop you from reconciling. But Allah does not forget, because Allah is not only watching the major moments of your life, He is watching the small ones, the quiet ones, the private ones, the moments no one else sees. And Ramadan makes these moments heavier, because Ramadan is not an ordinary time. It is a sacred time. A time when your actions carry multiplied weight. A time when Allah opens the doors of mercy wider than usual. And also a time when He shows you yourself more clearly, because fasting weakens your distractions. It removes the emotional numbness that normally protects you. It exposes your natural reactions. When you are hungry, tired, emotionally sensitive, your true character emerges. And this is where the real test begins. Because anyone can appear righteous when conditions are easy. Anyone can control their character when their ego is comfortable. But when fasting weakens your physical strength, when your emotional defenses are lower, Allah allows your sincerity to be tested. Not to shame you, but to reveal you. To show you whether your worship is transforming you or whether it remains separate from your character. Because Islam was never meant to live only in your rituals. It was meant to live in your behavior. The Prophet ﷺ was not only known for his prayer, he was known for his character, especially with his family, especially with those closest to him. Because the true measure of your closeness to Allah is not only how you act in the masjid, it is how you act in your home. It is how you treat the people who see you daily, the people who see you when you are not performing, the people who experience your unfiltered self. And understand this clearly, your relatives will not be the ones who judge you on the Day of Judgment. Allah will. And He will not judge you based on intentions you never acted upon. He will judge you based on what you chose, the patience you showed, or the anger you released, the mercy you gave, or the mercy you withheld. Because every moment with your family is part of your record, a permanent record, a record you will meet again. And on that day, you will not remember how hungry you felt. You will not remember how tired you were. You will not remember how justified your ego felt. You will only see what you chose. You will see the moments you rose above yourself, and you will see the moments you did not. And this is why Ramadan is a mercy. Because Allah is showing you your record while you still have time to change it. He is showing you your reactions while you still have time to purify them. He is showing you your character while you still have time to improve it. Tonight, you still have time. Time to soften your heart. Time to correct your behavior. Time to choose patience where you once chose anger. Time to choose mercy where you once chose distance. Because every new moment is a new entry in your record. And one sincere act, one sincere moment of restraint, one sincere act of kindness toward your relatives could be the moment that changes everything. Could be the moment that Allah uses to forgive you. Could be the moment that weighs heavily on your scale when you need it most. Nothing is small in the sight of Allah, and tonight, your story is still being written. The pride is silently keeping you away from the mercy Allah wants for you. There may be someone in your family you have not spoken to for a long time. Someone whose name appears on your phone, and you hesitate. Someone whose memory brings discomfort to your chest. Not because they are a stranger, but because they are not. Because they are part of you, part of your history, part of your story. And yet, pride has created a distance between you. Not always because of one major event, but sometimes because of small moments, small misunderstandings, small words spoken in anger, small wounds left unhealed. And over time, silence replaced connection. Distance replaced warmth, and pride stepped in to protect the separation. Pride began to whisper to you. It told you that you were right. It told you that they were wrong. It told you that your silence was justified. It told you that reaching out would make you weak. It told you that waiting was safer. And slowly, what began as pain became ego. What began as hurt became identity. You became the one who does not reach out. The one who does not forgive first. The one who waits. But pride does not protect you. It traps you. It keeps your heart in a state of tension. It keeps your soul from experiencing peace. Because pride feeds your ego, but starves your heart. And Shaitan loves this. Because Shaitan understands something most people do not realize. He understands that broken family ties weaken your connection with Allah. They create emotional weight. They create internal hardness. They create spiritual distance, because mercy cannot live easily in a heart filled with pride. And this is why Ramadan came. Ramadan came to weaken pride. Ramadan came to soften what life hardened. When you fast, your ego loses strength. When you fast, your heart becomes more sensitive. When you fast, your soul becomes easier to guide. And suddenly, you begin to feel things you avoided all year. You begin to feel the weight of distance. You begin to feel the reality of time passing. You begin to realize that life is not permanent. That the people you avoid today may not be here tomorrow. And one day, you may stand at their grave with words in your chest that you never said, with apologies in your heart that you never offered, with regret that pride never allowed you to resolve. But at that moment, pride will not comfort you. It will not protect you. It will only remind you of what it took from you. And Ramadan is your interruption. Ramadan is Allah giving you awareness before regret. Allah giving you softness before hardness becomes permanent. Allah giving you an opportunity before time removes the option completely. Because pride delays what mercy invites. Pride says wait. Mercy says act. Pride says protect yourself. Mercy says trust Allah. Pride says hold your position. Mercy says humble yourself for His sake. And understand this clearly. Humbling yourself for Allah is never humiliation. It is elevation. When you choose mercy over pride, Allah raises you. When you choose forgiveness over ego, Allah strengthens you. When you choose reconciliation for His sake, Allah purifies you. Because Allah does not look at who was right between you and them. He looks at who chose Him over themselves. He looks at who let go of pride, seeking His pleasure. He looks at who humbled their ego, trusting His reward. Tonight, there may be a voice inside you telling you to wait, telling you to delay, telling you to protect your pride. But there is also another voice, a quieter voice, a softer voice, a voice calling you toward peace, a voice calling you toward mercy, a voice calling you toward Allah. Ramadan strengthens that voice. Because Ramadan did not come to feed your ego. It came to free you from it. And the moment you release pride, you release a burden you were never meant to carry. You release a distance that was never meant to remain. You release yourself. And you step closer to the mercy Allah has been waiting to give you. Allah is watching whether you choose mercy when your ego demands distance. There is a battle happening inside you right now. A quiet battle, a private battle, a battle no one else can see. It is the battle between your ego and your soul. Your ego remembers everything. It remembers every word that hurt you. It remembers every moment you felt disrespected. It remembers every time you felt overlooked, unappreciated, or misunderstood. And your ego wants justice. Your ego wants distance. Your ego wants to protect itself from being hurt again. It tells you, do not reach out. It tells you, do not lower yourself. It tells you, wait for them to fix it. And the longer you listen to it, the more normal the distance begins to feel. Days turn into months. Months turn into years. And what once felt temporary begins to feel permanent. But your soul wants something else. Your soul wants peace. Your soul wants freedom. Your soul wants Allah. Because your soul understands something your ego does not. Your ego wants control, but your soul wants mercy. And Ramadan strengthens your soul because Ramadan weakens the ego. When you fast, you are training yourself to say no to your desires, no to your hunger, no to your thirst, no to your impulses. And this discipline is not only meant for food, it is meant for your ego. It is meant for your anger. It is meant for your pride. Because the same strength you use to resist food is the strength you use to resist arrogance. The strength you use to resist reacting. The strength you use to resist holding on to resentment. And this is where your true test lives. Not in how long you fast, but in how you respond when your ego feels challenged. Because Allah is watching these moments closely, not to punish you, but to see whether your fasting is changing you, whether your worship is purifying you, whether your heart is becoming softer or remaining the same. Because real transformation is not proven in comfort. It is proven in conflict. It is proven when you have the ability to hold on to pride, but you choose mercy instead. It is proven when you have the right to remain distant, but you choose reconciliation for the sake of Allah. And understand this clearly. When you choose mercy for Allah, Allah chooses mercy for you. When you forgive someone, Allah forgives you. When you overlook their faults, Allah overlooks yours. And you need His mercy more than you need your pride. Because one day, you will stand before Him. Not with your excuses, not with your justifications, but with your record. And on that day, you will desperately hope that Allah shows you mercy, that He forgives what you did wrong, that He overlooks your mistakes. And how can you hope for His mercy if you refuse to show mercy when He gave you the opportunity? Because the way you treat His creation reflects your sincerity toward Him, especially when that creation is part of your family, especially when the test is personal, especially when the struggle is real. And this is why Ramadan is a gift, because Ramadan gives you awareness. It gives you strength. It gives you the ability to overcome what once controlled you. It gives you the opportunity to choose differently, to respond differently, to become someone new, someone your ego could never create, someone your soul was always meant to become. Tonight, Allah is watching which voice you follow, the voice of ego that keeps you distant, or the voice of sincerity that brings you closer to His mercy. And one sincere act of mercy, one message, one call, one moment of humility, could be the moment Allah uses to forgive you, could be the moment that changes your relationship with Him forever. Because mercy given for Allah is never lost. It always returns. And when it returns from Allah, it returns greater than you ever imagined.